So, you think you know fashion, you see a nice pattern, you're like, ooh, I'll take that. But what if I told you that some of the most vibrant, most beautiful fabrics in the world are telling a story that's centuries old? Today we're diving into the world of African fabrics, and let me tell you, it's a journey. From the runways of Paris to the streets of New York, these textiles are making waves, and for good reason. It's not just a trend, it's a global phenomenon, a recognition of incredible artistry that has been around forever. People are finally catching on, which is fantastic. It's like the rest of the world finally got the memo that Africa has been serving looks since, well, the beginning of time. This isn't just about pretty colors and cool designs, although let's be honest, they are stunning. Each piece of cloth we're going to look at today is a history book, a status symbol, a work of art, and a piece of cultural identity, all woven into one. From the way it's made to the symbols printed on it, every thread has a purpose and a meaning. It's the difference between just wearing a shirt and wearing a story. You're not just putting on fabric, you're putting on heritage. And understanding that history, that symbolism, makes wearing it or seeing it 1,000 times more special. It's like knowing the secret ingredient in your favorite dish. It just tastes better. So stick around, because we're about to unspool the secrets behind 11 of the most incredible African fabrics you absolutely need to know about in 2024. We'll travel across the continent, from Ghana to Uganda, from Mali to South Africa, exploring the unique stories woven into each one. By the end of this, you won't just see a beautiful pattern, you'll see a rich tapestry of culture, history, and incredible human ingenuity. Trust me, you'll never look at a piece of cloth the same way again. Let's get into it. Alright, first up we have the rock star of African fabrics, Ankara, also known as wax print. You've seen it everywhere, I promise. It's those bold, bright, mesmerizing patterns on a crisp cotton fabric that just scream joy. Think of it as the life of the party in textile form. Now, the history is a little complicated, a bit of a global mix-up, actually. It was inspired by Indonesian batik, manufactured by the Dutch and then adopted, perfected, and truly made famous by West Africa. It's a story of cultural appropriation that ended in a beautiful reverse colonization of fabric. Africa took it and made it so iconic that now everyone just calls it African print. What makes Ankara so special is its versatility. Seriously, you can make anything with it. A stunning gown for a wedding? Done. A sharp blazer for the office? Absolutely. A funky lampshade or some throw pillows to spice up your living room? You got it. The wax-coated finish gives it a unique sturdiness, and the sheer variety of designs is mind-boggling. Every pattern tells a different story, from proverbs to social commentary. It's a fabric that speaks, and right now it's shouting from every corner of the globe, proving that style, culture, and history can create something truly spectacular. Now we move from the party to the palace. Let's talk about Kente. If Ankara is the pop star, Kente is the distinguished, universally respected elder statesman. Originating from the Ashanti people of Ghana, this isn't just fabric, it's a national treasure. Traditionally, it was woven from silk and worn only by a royalty for the most sacred of occasions. It was literally the cloth of kings. Each piece is hand-woven on a loom, stripped by painstaking strip, and then stitched together to create the final masterpiece. It's an art form that requires immense skill and patience, passed down through generations. And the colors, they aren't just chosen because they look good together. Oh no, that would be too simple. In Kente, every single color has a deep symbolic meaning. Gold represents wealth and royalty, green means growth and spiritual renewal, blue stands for peace and harmony, and red signifies passion and political turmoil. The patterns themselves tell stories of history, philosophy, and religious beliefs. So when you see someone wearing Kente, especially at a graduation or a wedding, they are draped in symbolism. They are wearing a statement of pride, heritage, and achievement. It's beautiful, yes, but it's also profoundly meaningful. Okay, now we're getting into some exclusive secret society level stuff. This is Ukara Ekpe, or simply Ukara. This fabric comes from the Cross River region of Nigeria and Cameroon and is deeply connected to the Ekpe or Leopard Society. This isn't your everyday wear. This is a textile that commands respect and signifies power and status within the community. It's a deep indigo dyed cloth, often cotton, that is covered in these incredible abstract symbols. Think of it as a secret language written on fabric. It's designed to be used as a wrapper or a backdrop for important society events. The real magic of Ukara is in its symbols. These aren't just random decorations, they are nsibidi, an ancient ideographic script. Each symbol represents a concept, an idea, or a part of the society's folklore. You might see symbols for love, war, unity, or the leopard, which is a key figure for the society. The colors are also significant. The deep indigo blue represents the vastness of the cosmos and the world of the spirits, while the white or yellowish symbols stand out against it like stars in the night sky. Wearing or displaying Ukara is a powerful declaration of one's identity and belonging to this respected group. Let's journey to the Yoruba people of southwestern Nigeria to explore the beautiful art of Adire. The name itself, Adire, literally translates to tie and dye, which tells you everything about how this incredible fabric is born. This is a true artisan craft. It starts with a piece of white cotton cloth, which is then tied, stitched, folded, or pleated in intricate ways. Some artisans even paint patterns on with a cassava starch paste that resists the dye. The cloth is then dipped into large pots of deep blue indigo dye, a color that holds immense spiritual and cultural significance for the Yoruba people. Once the dyeing process is complete, the ties are cut, the stitches are removed, and the paste is washed off, revealing these stunning, unique patterns in shades of blue and white. No two pieces of Adire are ever exactly alike, which is part of its charm. For a while, the craft was at risk of disappearing, but a new generation of Nigerian artists and designers has sparked a massive revival. They are experimenting with new techniques and colors, bringing Adire to a global audience. It's a beautiful story of resilience, a craft that has been renewed and is now more celebrated than ever. Next, we have a fabric that roars with authority, Isiagu. Translated from the Igbo language of southeastern Nigeria, Isiagu means lion's head, and that's exactly what you'll find on it. A repeating pattern of a lion's head. This isn't just a cool animal print, it's a symbol of immense power, courage, and leadership. Traditionally, this fabric was reserved for men who'd earned a chieftaincy title. When you saw someone wearing an Isiagu tunic, you knew you were in the presence of a respected leader, a person of authority and influence in the community. Originally made from a heavy red or black velvet, Isiagu has a plush, regal feel. The lion heads are typically embroidered or printed in gold, adding to the luxurious look. While it's still very much a part of traditional ceremonies and worn by Igbo chiefs, Isiagu has broken into mainstream fashion. Designers are now creating it on lighter cottons and in different colors, making stunning blouses, dresses, and even suits for both men and women. It's a way for people to connect with their heritage and project a sense of pride and strength, whether they hold a title or not. It's a fabric that says, "I am here and I am powerful." Now, for something completely different, let's go to Mali for Bogolanfini, more famously known as Mudcloth. The name literally means earth cloth, and that's a perfect description. This is one of the most organic, eco-friendly textiles you will ever find. It's a handmade cotton fabric that is dyed using fermented mud. Yes, you heard me right, mud. The process is fascinating and completely natural. Artisans start by dyeing the cloth in a bath of mashed leaves, which turns it a yellowish color. Then they paint intricate patterns onto the cloth using a special iron-rich mud that has been collected from riverbeds and fermented for up to a year. When the mud is washed off, it leaves behind a dark brown or black stain where it was applied. The process is repeated multiple times to get that deep, rich color. The patterns on Bogolan are not just for show. They are a complex system of symbols that tell stories of historical events, social status, and cultural proverbs. Traditionally, it was worn by hunters for camouflage and by women after childbirth, as it was believed to have protective powers. Today, its earthy tones and geometric patterns have made it a favorite in global fashion and interior design, a beautiful example of sustainable art. Let's talk about one of the oldest, most ancient textiles in the world. I'm talking prehistoric. This is bark cloth from the Baganda people of Uganda. And yes, it is exactly what it sounds like. Cloth made from the bark of a tree, specifically the mutuba, or fig tree. This is a craft that has been recognized by UNESCO as a masterpiece of the oral and intangible heritage of humanity. That's how important it is. The process is incredible and completely sustainable. They don't cut down the tree. They carefully peel off the inner bark, and the tree regenerates it for the next harvest. The harvested bark is then beaten with different types of grooved wooden mallets for hours, a process that softens and stretches it, transforming the rough bark into a soft, pliable textile with a texture somewhere between felt and leather. The final cloth has a beautiful terracotta color, though its shade can vary depending on the tree and the season. It's incredibly durable and versatile. Traditionally used for clothing, ceremonial functions, and even as blankets, bark cloth is now being used by contemporary artists and designers for everything from wall hangings and upholstery to unique fashion pieces. It's a living piece of history. Heading down to the southern tip of the continent, we find Shweshwe, the fabric that has become synonymous with South African identity. If you've ever been to South Africa, you've seen Shweshwe. It's known for its intricate geometric patterns, typically printed in indigo, brown or red. The fabric has a distinctive stiffness and smell when it's new, a result of the starch used in its production, which traditionally helped preserve it during the long sea voyages from Europe. Yes, like Ankara, its origins are a bit of a melting pot, but South Africa has claimed it, loved it, and made it entirely its own. The name Shweshwe is said to come from King Moshoshu, the first of Lesotho, who was gifted the fabric in the 1840s and popularized it. Today, it's produced by the company Dagama Textiles in the Eastern Cape, and you can tell it's authentic by the feel, the smell, and a special seal on the back. It's used for everything, from the traditional dresses worn by Xhosa women to the most cutting-edge designs at South African Fashion Week. It's a fabric that beautifully bridges the gap between tradition and modernity, a true staple of the Rainbow Nation's vibrant culture. Let's travel to the sunny coasts of East Africa, to countries like Kenya and Tanzania for our next fabric, the Kikoy. Spelled Kikoy, this is the ultimate feel-good fabric. A kikoy is a traditional rectangular cloth woven from pure cotton. What makes it stand out are its incredibly vibrant, bright colors. Think stripes of sunshine yellow, ocean blue and sunset orange. They are lightweight, soft, and just get softer with every wash. Traditionally worn as a sarong or loincloth by men, especially fishermen along the coast, its versatility has made it a beloved item for everyone. The design is simple but classic, a woven striped body with hand-knotted fringes at each end. But its uses are endless. People use it as a beach wrap, a towel, a scarf, a baby sling, a tablecloth, a throw for their sofa, you name it. It's the perfect multi-purpose textile. The bright, cheerful colours are a direct reflection of the vibrant coastal culture of East Africa. It's a simple, unpretentious fabric, but it carries the warmth and spirit of the Swahili coast in every thread. It's pure, simple, colourful joy. Staying in East Africa, we find another fabric that is more than just a pretty pattern, the Kanga. This is a fabric with a voice. A Kanga is a colourful piece of lightweight cotton, similar in size to a Kikoy, but it has a very distinct design. It always has a border all the way around, a central motif, and most importantly, a line of text written in Swahili. This text is usually a proverb, a riddle, a piece of advice, or a witty saying. It's called the jina, which means name in Swahili, and it gives each Kanga its unique personality. Kangas are sold in pairs and are an essential part of a woman's life in East African culture. They are used as dresses, head wraps, baby carriers, and are given as gifts for birthdays, weddings, and births. The message on the Kanga is key. A woman might choose a Kanga with a specific saying to subtly communicate a message. It could be a warning to a rival, a declaration of love, or a word of wisdom. It's a form of non-verbal communication, a wearable conversation starter. It's a beautiful, functional piece of art that literally speaks volumes. For our final fabric, we return to Nigeria, to the Yoruba people, for the magnificent Aso Oke. The name translates to top cloth or prestigious cloth, which tells you this is reserved for the big moments in life. Think weddings, funerals, chieftaincy installations, and naming ceremonies. This is the fabric you wear when you want to show up and show out in the most respectful and elegant way possible. Aso Oke is traditionally hand-loomed in narrow strips, which are then sewn together to create a larger piece of cloth. There are three main traditional types: the deep indigo etu, the beige silk sanyan, and the crimson alari. Each has its own history and symbolism. But today, designers have completely reinvented Aso Oke. They are weaving it with metallic threads, creating bold new color combinations, and even embellishing it with beads and crystals. They are making modern silhouettes like blazers and jumpsuits while still honoring the fabric's prestigious roots. It's a perfect example of how a deeply traditional craft can evolve to stay relevant and exciting for a new generation, without losing any of its cultural weight or significance. So there you have it, 11 fabrics, 11 stories, 11 windows into the soul of a continent. From the royal splendor of Kente to the earthy honesty of Mudcloth, the diversity is just breathtaking. Each textile is a testament to incredible artistry, deep-rooted history, and a culture that is vibrant, resilient, and constantly innovating. These fabrics are so much more than just materials for clothing or decoration. They are archives of wisdom, symbols of identity, and expressions of beauty that have been passed down through countless hands and generations. They are Africa's gift to the world of art and design. I hope this journey has inspired you. Maybe it's made you look at that print you own a little differently, or maybe it's sparked a desire to bring some of this beauty into your own life. Whether you decide to rock an Ankara head wrap, decorate your home with some Shweshwe cushions, or even just appreciate the artistry from afar. Embracing these textiles is a wonderful way to connect with a rich and diverse global culture. It's about celebrating the stories and the people behind the patterns, and adding a new, more meaningful layer to your personal style. Now, I would love to hear from you. Which of these fabrics was your favorite? Did any of the stories surprise you? Or maybe you have a personal connection to one of them. A Kanga from a trip, or an Aso Oke from a family wedding. Let me know in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going and continue to celebrate the incredible world of African textiles together. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.